I had this sort of strange relationship with performing. I knew I didn't want to be an actor. I knew I didn't want to live an actor's life. I believe that until I really stop doing this and I settle down and I only write, performing is one way of my writing. It's a way of me being an author, but it's a way of me being an author in collaboration. I'm not the kind of writer who only wants to write alone. I also want to work with, and so to work with by performing with really communicative filmmakers who are interested in this kind of work, this kind of dynamic with a performer, that's a real magic.
What was that moment for you as a child in front of the big screen? Do you have one?
The first film that really got under my skin was something that I saw on television, and for many, many years I thought it was a dream. And years later, I mean, I think only about 10 years ago, and I was always asking people, have you seen this film? And they went, no, and I thought it was a dream. And I discovered it was this film by Charles and Ray Eames called Powers of 10. And now, ever since I discovered what it was, I show it. I make film festivals occasionally, and I always show it to children. I was 8.5 when I saw it, which is why my film foundation is called the 8.5 Foundation. And it's, in fact, you can see it on YouTube.
8.5, not for Fellini.
A little bit Fellini. I mean, sort of Fellini's second. No, the real reason it's called the 8.5 Foundation is because my son asked me a question once, which was so extraordinary, and he happened to be 8.5 at the time. He was just going off to sleep, and he said to me, Mama, what were people's dreams like before cinema? And it blew my mind. I'm sorry, I'm really emotional thinking about it. Really blew my mind. I go downstairs and I write this State of Cinema address, and I delivered it. And what I wrote about was this state I just described, this place called the State of Cinema, which is this, it's this universe that we can step into outside of the bounds of everything else that's nipping at our heels, and how incredibly important it is that we keep it alive. And that's what pure cinema is.
I know from my own personal experience and experiences of people around me that the more that they do outside kind of cross-pollinates and injects into, the different fields that you're in. Can you talk a little bit more about that? What intrigues you to do certain projects or to go a different direction or here or there?
When people ask you about your career, I always feel a little bit weird because I'm not really aware of having a career. I'm aware of having a life. And I'm really interested in my life, and I love it. And and in the life is the work. It's part of it's not separate to my life. It's part of my life. As I say, I make it with my friends. My friends are the people I work with. I mean, it's all one. This is the one advantage of making films over a period of time. People start to know what your metal is, and they start to seek you out in whatever discipline you're working. And so this is the wonderful thing about our international state is colleagues, fellowship is everywhere, and colleagues will come and will seek you out from the other side of the world and say, I love your stuff. I've seen your one short. I love it. I want to work with you. That's the game, and it's a wonderful thing to be in.